Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good day to you all. Welcome to 14th edition of EU Business Talks, and hope you are okay. We have a nice rain, I believe, which is not so okay. Hope your weather is a bit better. But in our case, we do have also a VIP meeting of EU heads of state today in Ljubljana, some 20 minutes far away from me. So you can imagine that all the logistics and protocol is quite tough, and all that in rainy weather, even more tougher, I assume. Anyway, today's talk, it is my pleasure to present today's guest of honor, Mr. László Bódi, CEO at Halbo MCE from Miskolc, Hungary. Dear László, good day to you and most welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear. We see you as well. And let me ask you a straightforward question at the beginning. You know, it's raining here. What kind of weather do you have?
We have perfect weather, as always.
So in autumn time, perfect weather is what? 15, 20 degrees, sunny?
About 15 and very, very sunny.
Pleased to hear that. László, you are coming from Hungary, your home city, Miskolc. I dare to Google it in Wikipedia. It's quite an interesting city you're living in. Can you share with us some specifics on your hometown?
As I said before, we always have nice weather. It is the third largest city in Hungary. It's a county and district center. It's a big tourist destination as well. We have an 800 years old castle, several thermal and hand baths, a lot of wine cellars. We have a red wine region in the north. We have a white wine region in the south. And the water quality is very excellent. We have many unique caves and waterfalls, and also quite good industry location. On the west and on the east of the city, we have the two biggest chemical plants of Hungary located nearby, which means we are not confused. We could very easily decide between life and working.
Perfect. How far are you from Budapest, if I may ask?
It's about 160 kilometers.
Okay, so if I fly into the Budapest airport and then I drive forward to your city.
Or you fly to Košice. It is a city from 20 kilometers away from Miskolc in Slovakia.
Ah, okay.
Or to Debrecen, which is a similar big city about 60 kilometers from us.
Okay.
But better you fly to Budapest, because Budapest is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe.
It is, and I'm sure your city is beautiful as well. László, you are from Hungary, Hungarian. What's your assessment of Hungarian economy at the moment? How are you passing by?
Well, some of our esteemed audience might not know much about Hungary. So please let me tell you some short information about our country. Hungary is located in the middle of Europe, between east and west, and north and south, actually in the heart of Europe. The population is about 10 million people, with 19 counties, and with the capital city Budapest, just like mentioned before. In Hungary, we speak Hungarian. Most European languages belong either to the Indo-Germanic or to the Slavic language family, but our language doesn't. Our language is a very emancipated language. It makes no difference between men and women. short before joining the EU, an international word contest was held where international participants found the most beautiful Hungarian word to be cipőfűző. Let me repeat, cipőfűző, which means shoelaces. Speaking one of the most difficult languages of the world to learn means, however, some handicap as well. First, in the business communication and in communication with others as well. But now some data about Hungarian economy. The GDP of Hungary is about $16,000 per capita. Just to compare, the world average is about $11,000 per capita, and the EU average is $33,000, which is twice as big as that one from Hungary. However, the GDP growth of Hungary is 17.9%, which is a huge number. Unemployment is very, very low, 4.1%. Actually, it means that there is almost no unemployment at all. The real wage growth is 9.7%, which means every year your wages rise by 10%, which is a great number as well. Inflation is about 4.7%. And taxation, the corporate income tax is 9%, which is a great number. Moreover, from January 1st, 2022, all young people under age of 25 living in Hungary will be free of paying taxes. Some core industries of Hungary, the automotive and machinery, communication, electronics, IT, pharmaceutical industry, chemical industry, medical, engineering, and food industry. Core services, tourism, logistics, R&D, and water management. Hungary has been a member of the EU since 2004. The common European culture connects and defines all the EU countries, so do we also Hungary. Nevertheless, the motto of the EU is united in diversity, which means that we also really appreciate the value of our being different.
Okay, you put it very nicely. I have two sub-questions coming out of this, László. So is it you mentioned taxation. Is it because of taxation that you have such success FDI stories within the country? Many of the global brands have their production plants, especially in automotive, pharmaceutical, if I'm not mistaken, also in your country. Is it because of the taxation policy?
Taxation is one of the key factors of competitiveness, for sure. The other one is the employee, the workforce. And I think in Hungary, just like mentioned before, being located in the middle of Europe, there are good employees, well-trained employees, skilled workers, and the taxation is only one factor of all this.
Perfect. Also, the second question, László, you mentioned the EU boat that we are all sailing in. I dare to ask you, László, what does EU means to you, to your business? How do you see it today? What do you think what will happen with EU in 5-10 years' time? Do you see the whole EU as your internal market?
Yes, for sure. I would like to bend the tagline. You have heard about Italian food on CNN last week. Yeah. My motto is now, if you don't believe in God, you should believe in Europe.
Perfect reply. Congrats for that. Dear friends, 10 minutes past the hour. Please allow me to read the things that we have written in our invite about László. Companies. Halbo MCE. What does it stand for, MCE, László?
Machinery, construction, and engineering.
Thank you. based in Miskolc, Hungary. Company is in piping system and engineering equipment business. Their activities ranging from project management to the final installation. They have a set of references, including projects in more than 20 countries, mostly in Europe and Asia. To somebody who is not an expert in your line of business, how would you explain your core business, piping systems? First, let me ask you that.
Our core business is the prefabrication of piping systems. The piping systems are the most important minor matter in an industrial plant, just like the vascular system in our body.
Okay, so when you are having a project, is it a tendering business, first of all?
Yes,
it is a tendering business. So it is about infrastructure investments of certain, I don't know, municipalities, states, etc., I would assume. Yeah,
we are always responsible for the machinery. The range of our activities extends from implementation of imported industrial technologies for local conditions, and also to realization of different industrial engineering projects.
Are you part of consortiums otherwise when you are having projects?
Sometimes, yes, we work very narrow together with huge multinational companies and try to do our part best.
Okay, so the promotion by word of mouth or so-called references list is quite important then for you.
Yes, indeed. Being accurate is one point of importance. Being effective is the other. Effectiveness also means competitiveness, which together with reliability is the hard currency of our business.
Okay, mostly your projects are made and will be made within European Union and Europe as such. Is that correct?
Our main market is Germany. However, for years we have been delivered our piping systems also to China, where actually everything, even piping systems, come from. For this case, we earned the high appreciated manufacturer license of China for special equipment from the Chinese government, and we are very proud of it.
Very nice. I noticed also on your website that you have references within the Middle Eastern countries as well.
Yes, we have been active in Syria for some months in the energy industry, short before the civil war.
Okay. When you are part of consortium, are you a consortium lead mostly, or you are acting as a, you know, taking care of your part of activities as a consortium, how should I put it? Consortium part, let me put it this way.
Well, we are a proud member of consortiums, and we are all mostly responsible for our part, which means machinery mostly.
Okay, those pipes are mostly made where?
In Hungary. In
Okay.
Hungary, we have a big prefabrication area in Hungary. It's about 7,000 square meter, and each prefabrication and manufacturing will be done there.
Okay, before I start with the chat box questions, dear friends, the first one is already, I see. I'll ask you, László, also about your fairs and exhibitions. Which are the most important for you? Where can we see you when on which exhibitions?
Several years ago, we were in Frankfurt am Main, and during the pandemic situation, we didn't take part on exhibitions in the last few years. We are waiting for for the next possibility.
But is this important? Is this important tool for you to be seen at the exhibition?
To be seen and to see how other companies perform and to know more about our technology, because keeping your technology knowledge on a certain level and or even improve it is very important in our business.
Okay,
just
my last
like in other businesses.
It is. Last question before I start with the questions. How has Corona changed your business? Everything got slower, or maybe something else?
Everything. I would say everything. Our international projects stalled one after the other because it became impossible for our employees to travel. Our goal was to keep all of our employees. So we decided to use the free capacity in such a way that we expand our own production capacities. We are now approaching the end of our investments, and our capacities will be expanded by the end of the year with a new production hall, which is used exclusively for the production of pharmaceutical piping systems.
Okay. One more thing, sorry for that, but the second chapter here in my invite is saying that you are also acting as a president of Hungarian-German department at Hungarian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You are also vice president of Harvard Club of Hungary and congressman at European Parliament of Enterprises. Let me start with this last one. What does it mean to you? Is it an honor, a networking opportunity, something else?
It's everything. It's an honor, it's a networking opportunity, and there are economic policy decisions that politicians will not make without sounding out the views of economic actors. The European Parliament of Enterprises has as many members as the representatives in the European Parliament. Hungary has 21 members of this European Parliament for Enterprises. However, there we give our opinions on the most important economic decisions, which serves as a guideline for the economic policy of the EU.
To policymakers, correct. Also, your role within the Hungarian Chamber of Commerce and Industry is to run the bilateral business between Germany and Hungary, to give certain ideas, guidelines, etc.
Yes, Germany is the most important market for Hungarian companies. Germany is the biggest homogeneous market in Europe at all, with 80 million people. So it's very important to everybody to know more about Germany, to get more information how to do business in Germany, and this is one of the most important tasks of our committee.
Many of us can relate with that, dear friends. Also, if I'm allowed to say, Angela Merkel is part of this EU session of heads of states. Maybe we should finish early and go over there, invite her for a coffee. Anyway, dear friends, thank you very much for staying here with us. László, thank you for giving us a short insight on your company, on your country, on your city. I will start to read out the questions that I see in my chat box. First of all, Franz asking, are your pipes metal? KPS and UPP pipes are your competition? László.
Our pipes are mostly metals, different type of metals, stainless steel, carbon steel, high alloy steel, everything made from steel.
Are your pipes double volt? Is it correct?
Yes, there are some type of double walled piping systems. Yes, both. Also double-walled piping systems.
Where do you get raw material or semi-product? It is made in Hungary?
No, not in Hungary, mostly from abroad, from everywhere in the world. We are trying to find the best quality to a good price, as everyone else.
It's a global commodity, I assume, and you pick it up whenever it suits you best, I guess.
Indeed.
One more thing, subcontractors, part of your page is saying that you are always open for new cooperations, I assume. What can you share with us on that? Which part, maybe, which portfolio you are eager to include in your projects? I don't know, whatever it is on your mind, László.
Well, we are always open for new partners, not only in Hungary and not only in our core business, but also in abroad, outside of the EU. So anyone with readiness to cooperate with us, please just send us an email and we will respond.
What about lobbying? Is lobbying an important part of your business? How do before you get project, I assume there must be hours and hours of communication, lobbying, etc., etc.
Well, our main customers know us, and that means we don't need to be much lobby working because we are for a certain size of projects always to have, and our customers know us, how we work and how good and how fast we are, and we try to stay quite close to our customers, for sure.
Which is the best way possible, and for sure the cheapest way possible. I have also here, I see some friends that are based in Africa, László. Have you been doing anything on the Black continent? Are you planning to do anything over there?
We haven't do there anything yet, but who knows? The future could be bring us there.
Okay. The next question I see, it is from Roman, I would say. Yeah, Roman, hi, and most welcome with us. Roman is a producer of special coatings for pipes under insulation. We are interested to make a short presentation in near future. I will be very grateful for a contact person at your company. So is there any room for cooperation, László, with a producer of special coatings for pipes?
Sure, anytime. Just Roman, send me an email, please, and I will come back to you.
Perfect. Like Roman, just so you know, the follow-up email to all of you here in the room will come from my site and will include also the contacts from László. Franz is asking, how many employees do you have? And may I ask, in addition, what is your yearly turnover, just to have an idea on your size?
Well, we are a group of companies. The common revenue of our companies is about 7 million euro, and we have about 100 employees. Okay.
Also, the next one is the next question. Are you involved in installation of petrol filling stations?
Not yet, but we would be open to know more about this.
Your know-how and technology can support that?
Pardon me?
Your know-how and technology, your processes can support installation of petroleum filling stations?
Yes, for sure. We have even now some projects in the petrochemical industry. So I guess it won't be different as well. Okay, so László is not a stranger to this sector, Franz, and you will do your follow-up afterwards as well.
We have also here in the room people from Far East. László, so you mentioned China. Any other countries over there?
Not yet. We are proud enough to have been delivered our piping systems to China. It's a huge market as well, difficult market as well.
Are you having any daughter companies over there? How do you support these processes?
Well, we don't have any daughter companies in China, and we don't operate with daughter companies too much. However, we have found a daughter company in the Ukraine last year. Caused by the pandemic situation, there is not too much movement up to until now, but we hope to get more speed in this topic as well.
Okay. The next one is from Port of Copper, which is obviously known to you, László. Asking, how are your products shipped to the Middle East and China and other overseas destinations? First, that part of the question, László.
By train. At that time, we almost everything delivered to China by train. However, in a package of seaboard package, which means from the train station, all the piping systems were overloaded to a ship, and that was the most better way, the best way for transportation.
Okay. Do you call a tender for logistics and transport services, or do you have already a trusted logistic provider in this sense?
We work with some logistic provider together. They are Hungarian companies, and the cooperation is doing fine.
Okay, so the gentleman is a representative of Port of Copper in Budapest, and he will most probably contact you also on his behalf later on.
Please do.
Yeah, it's 27 minutes past the hour, dear friends. Primož, do we have anything else? No? Okay, so that is it. László, now we are almost at the very end of our session. You've been a great guest, really pleased to talk to you. But if I go again on a personal level at the very end, I dare to ask you, when you are not in business, when you are not doing Excel and Outlook files, emails and all this, or mobile phone, WhatsApp, etc., what are you doing in your free time? What is László about when he's enjoying?
Well, I raise my 5 children together with my wife, which is a full-time free activity.
Oh my goodness, congratulations, very nice.
I love sports and read a lot because I think it's important to be informed about what is happening in the world.
It is very much so. Okay, let me ask you again. How do you put your wife and 5 kids in the car? How do you do that?
Good question. I was successful up to until now. no one was left behind.
That's a good reply. But I'm sure when you wake up in the morning, it's in medias res. It starts right away, correct?
Sometimes morning is the most problematic part of the day.
László, thank you very much for being our guest here. Thank you for sharing your know-how. Really much appreciate. Dear friends, I will make a nice follow-up email. Feel free to get in touch with László, do your follow-up further. Last 20 seconds, László, I leave to you. Do you want to add anything?
I'm very pleased, and thank you for the invitation. It is a great honor, and thanks for everyone being here and listening to me. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank you. And I wish to thank also my colleagues at Hungarian Chamber of Commerce, who put us together in first place. Very much appreciate it as well. Dear friends, thank you very much. I wish you a nice continuation of your day. Our guest next week, this time, will be Lisa Marie Fassel, co-founder and CEO of Female Founders based in Vienna, Austria. You will get a nice short invite tonight. Until next time, I wish you all the best and bye-bye.